Hello. Welcome to the call. This is our Monday Mindset Call where we are here every single Monday. Each and every Monday, as I have been for the last 5 years, I believe, doing these mindset sessions. Every single Monday we are here to pour into our mind, get our minds right. Last week was such a powerful week. We were speaking about our audio of the month, which is Young and Wise, and really discovering what it is that we do naturally without even thinking about it. And your homework, ladies and gentlemen, was to go away and think of that one thing that you were to give away for free. You guys remember, listen, I'm so glad that this is recorded. I'm so glad that this call was recorded last week. If you missed last week, please, you're going to understand why there's alignment in what I'm saying now. But if you missed last week, please go and watch last week's call. Let me tell you what last week was called so you can find it, right? So you know that what we're talking about right now is literally last week was prophetic. It was a prophetic week. I didn't even know the prophecy that was being laid last week. I said to you guys that before this month, before the end of the year, we're going to hear some extraordinary overflow. We're going to feel it. We're going to see it. We're going to hear it. It was a decision to grow. Okay. So if you haven't seen a decision to grow, go back and look at a decision to grow. And you're going to understand why today is so powerful. And so who on here did their homework? Who did their homework? Who found out? Who really thought about what it was that they knew they had to give away? You guys remember that? I know a week ago just feels so long ago. I can see Donna, you're nodding. Let me unmute you, Donna. Let's see if you can give me a little snippet. Are you able to unmute? Let's see. Hold up. I told you guys, we ain't gonna play on these calls no more. Donna, talk to me. Talk to me, Donna. What was your discovery when you did your homework?
All right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I've just got a blank mind at the moment. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. So I was thinking of because I got distracted here.
Yes.
Do apologize, ladies. So I missed your question.
Question was in regards to purpose, and last week's homework was around, really thinking about one thing that you need to give away for free and something that's a gift on the inside of you.
Oh, right. Yes.
Write it down. Yeah, I've triggered your memory.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, encouragement. For me, it's encouragement. So something that I do regular, and I give that away. So I'm always like, I will text someone, I will encourage someone, I will send, if it's a word out, if it's through texting, or it's through meeting someone one-to-one, even through just online. That's something that I do. Always give a word of positivity, for development with their mindset, just encouraging someone.
Yes.
Every single day. Got
you. And are you identifying it more now that you put a focus on it? Is because sometimes when you do things so naturally, you don't even realize you're doing it. But now over the last 7 days, obviously we've been really focused on it. Is it something that you realize like, oh my gosh, I really do this very often? Have you recognized that in yourself?
Yes, definitely. I breathe it, I live it. It's always been when you ask people, that's the first thing they always say. One thing is either a smile or you always encourage. You always have that positive mindset. You are very optimistic. You think of the positive naturally. It's always, and it's nice to get feedback because then you realize then, of course, that is something that you do. It's part of you. It's who you are, really. So definitely, yeah.
Making an impact every single time you interact with somebody.
Your having that influence.
Is having influence. Love that. Absolutely. Thank you, Donna. Put some D's in the chat for Donna. I want to pull up a few more. Let's see. I'm going to pick up on people today. You guys didn't think you were going to work. Yeah, Belinda, I'm coming to you. Hold up. Let me see if I can pull up Belinda there. See, baseball cap out and all that. Let's hear it. Hey, Belinda, did you do your homework?
Hey. You know what? I've been going through it because, like you said, like focus on something that comes naturally to you, that you do natural, that so for me it's like I just love children. I work with children, and it comes to me naturally that wherever I'm in a place, I always gravitate to the children. So that just comes naturally to me. So I kind of like thought about how I could kind of like, you know, give it away for free, because like I'm thinking, like it's my natural ability to work with children. I love working with children. I work with children with special needs, and I thought that every child to me is gifted in some way or another. Whether they can speak or they can't speak, they've got some gift inside of them that I always tap into. So yeah, I was thinking like, what can I give away for free when it comes to the children? So, you know, yeah, I'm still working on it, like maybe babysitting or, you know, but yeah, that's my niche, that's my skill. So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to give that away for free, but we'll get there.
Today's call might be a revelation for you, but thank you.
Thank you.
In the chat for Belinda. Yes. We're going to do one more. Is Danielle on? Let me see if I can pull up Danielle. I don't know if Danielle's here. Is Danielle on the call? Are you on the call, Danielle? Yes, she is. Turn your camera on if you can, so I can pull you up. It won't let me pull you up without your camera on. Yeah, I told you guys, I'm sticking it on you guys today. Today is the day. We ain't playing. We ain't playing with this purpose team. We're not. I can just envision Danielle right now grabbing a wig or grabbing a headscarf, or like, oh my God, Nikki's gonna unmute me. Yeah, she's got a baby. There we go. Let me add spotlight. Boom. I don't care what it sounds like, what it looks like. You look gorgeous, by the way.
You know what? Thank you. I don't have a wig to grab. But no, I've literally just got Ella off to sleep, so I shouldn't even be laughing in it. But yes, so my evening queens, by the way, I think we've got one king on here as well. I see Max. But my gift is to just empower others, like empowering women, but especially mothers and single mums. And in the past week, I've been pouring out in my DMs, on my WhatsApp, like I've been attracting more mothers to me as well in different ways, even if it's just to say, oh, we love how you pour into your children, or we love your post that you done, or just kind of like sharing what I'm doing as well. Yesterday, I was asked to co-host an event, and it was with a single mother, and she just didn't have any money to like pay or do anything. And I was just like, do you know what? I will just come. I'll bring my 2 eldest girls. We'll come. We went to the event. We helped her out. Well, like she was in tears by the end of the event. I just thought like I always say, I've got my 9-year-old here as well. The kindness that you put out into the world. She wants to say hi. What do I say? The kindness you put out into the world will always come back to you. Oh yeah, okay. Maya's on the stairs as well. So the kindness we put out, it always will come back. So yeah, helping women, empowering women.
Yeah, and you've had an incredible week this week. I mean, I have, and for those of you that don't know, I've recently started to mentor Danielle, and from our very first conversation, I was like, girl, you're playing too small. Like, this woman is a powerful person, like very, very powerful. And, you know, you've gone from giving away a lot for free, which is how we're going to evolve today's call. And you now have your mindset, is it morning routine mindset calls?
Yeah. So my power hour calls, which is own your morning, elevate your life.
See it there?
So something that I've done for myself for the probably nearly 6 years now, starting my morning, because I'm a single mum of 4. So I start my day 5 a.m. every single day, even on a Sunday. I'm up at 5 a.m. I've got the first hour to myself. And it's the first thing that I teach my own mentees and the women who come to me. I teach them how to own your day, how to show up for yourself. Because I always get asked, how do you have so much energy? How are you always so positive? You've got such a good mindset. And it's just from starting my day and going through my day with intention. So having that intention and setting it. So I've started to teach others how to do that now.
Yeah, tell them your IG handle.
So it's Danielle OYC for Own Your Crown. So that's the name of my empowerment program, Own Your Crown.
And what's happened for you? I mean, we've we've had
So
quite,
much. Oh my God.
had quite a lot of testimonies in the short space of
So
time
much.
mentoring you. And I can think of a few. There's been a few financial ones, and then yesterday we had another one. Like what's been the highlight for you in this Overflow October? I mean, it's been very, very powerful.
Yeah. Even from, I've literally got my first Bible this month at the age of 39. I've got my first Bible. I've just drawn to it, and that story in itself, like I went to bed one night and I visualized a pink Bible, and I was just thinking, like, I don't know, I've never bought myself a Bible before. Where am I going to see a pink Bible? The next day, I saw the song by Corinne. What's her last name? Corinne Hawthorne. And I went to watch the video on YouTube, and in the first scene is her pink Bible. And it was the same Bible I visualized. So I typed in on Amazon pink Bible, and the same Bible came up. And now I've got it. I've actually got it. Is it on the table, Mai? Yeah, my daughter's got it. Yeah, I've got it on the table.
And the same day, I posted the reel with the same song. Do you remember?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And so I saw that Nick had posted the same song. I was like, oh my goodness. So like, it's just been like overflow, but also overflow of tears as well. You can take out this bit. Yeah, my little helpers are in the background, so they can see I'm holding Ella. So this is my new Bible. So I've got my pink and gold Bible. I did my first demo trade, and I was crying. I literally sent Nikki a video crying. I made £3.57, and I was crying my eyes out because I was like, it's so much more than £3.57. It's literally like, I can do this, which means I can now go live. I can start creating that financial freedom for myself and my children. Like, they've been through my journey with me. They see me on my calls in the evenings. They help me with the babies sometimes. And they see how much like I put into what I do. And so for me to make that £3.57, that was just like belief. You know, that the belief that Nikki puts in us, because, you know, sometimes she puts that belief in us before we can see it in ourselves. So yeah, that was that. But there's been so many, and I haven't even got to share this with you yet, Nikki, but I found my dream home. Okay. I found a home close to here because we are soon to be non-fault evicted in a few months. So the way things have been elevated in my life, there's always disruption that follows the intention. So I know that, and I'm embracing that. But on Wednesday, I'm going to look at a house worth £1.3 million. And I was so nervous asking to go see it, because all the limiting beliefs came into my mind. Like, they're going to ask you questions like, have you got the money for this? And they asked me something like, is it going to be a cash payment? Am I selling? And I was just like, I just want to come and see. And when I get there, I'm going to set my intentions. I'm going to manifest it. But it was all about just getting inside the house that I dream about. So thanks to Nikki, I've done that. The next stop is to get inside of a Range Rover. That's the next thing. But I'm doing it. And I've been listening to Young and Wise. I'm just like, everything is just confirmation that I'm going in the right direction. I've been meditating on the word. God is speaking to me. My great grandmother, who passed away last year, I hear her. I smell her. I woke up the other morning smelling her scent. Like, I know that I'm doing the right thing. I know that everything is working out for me always. My daughter's just started reading the Bible next to me. He started reading. She just started reading.
I got one more sort of question for you, which is, you know, you spoke a lot about faith and stuff like that. And, you know, I've been talking about faith for years, but sometimes I think people need like physical testimonies of how faith really unlocks the breakthrough. And I think, I don't know if you've realized this, but check this out. A conversation we had a couple months back, and you were like, Nikki, I want to do the retreat. I want to do the trading. I want the personal mentorship. I want to do this. And we were adding it up, and you were like, Nikki, like, I don't know where the money's going to come from for this, And then we worked out, hold up now, if you do X amount of your mindset, and by the way, each mindset is it £20 per entrance? Is that what it is?
Yes, so the master classes are £20.
Yeah.
So like and these are things that you just do once, because once you learn the techniques, you only have to come to one masterclass. So it's £20 literally for a 45-minute Zoom call.
Right. So we did the plan, and we're actually, if I get this, that, and that, and if I get this person to buy that, I can actually do this, Nikki.
Yeah.
And then you messaged me within, I think it was 24 or was it 48 hours?
Within
You're like,
24 hours. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, girl, like, you teach manifestation, you do this with your children. We sat on the phone 24 hours or 40, I can't remember, we'd have to look at the texts. And the day that we listed it and you put it out there and you said, I want to do it, the very next day, all the finances for what it is that you said to do showed up in your account.
Yeah. And I was able to get on the trading, and then the same happened for the retreat. So Faith, again, like I applied for the retreat, checking my emails, like and at that time I had been meditating like every day on the word, just like I need to elevate, I want to excel, like put me around the right people, praying to be aligned to the right people, be in the right places. And again, another payment came in where I was able to pay for the retreat. So it's all happening. I'm just like trusting in God that everything is just always working out. Just that gave me the courage and the belief to see this house for 1.3 million and say, why don't I just go and view it? Like, what is the best that can happen? That is one of my mantras. What's the best that can happen? Not what's the worst, what's the best that can happen on Wednesday? When I walk into that house, the best that can happen is that I just say, this is mine, pray over it and manifest it.
And the money will show up.
Yeah.
I love you. I can't wait. The retreat is going to be lit. Like,
it is going to change my life.
Behind me. There's a little, just behind me right here. I know you can't see, but you can see something shiny. Can you see pink shiny? That's retreat materials right behind me. I'm sitting here covering it up.
Look at me trying to zoom in. My daughter's trying to look on the screen.
I was starting to call like,
my children are already saying, Mummy, can't we come? I'm like, no, this is just for Mummy. Can't we come? The excitement from the letter already. They're like, can't we come with you? I'm like, no.
I'm so excited for you. I mean, your faith is what opened the door for you. You know, your faith is what opened the door for you. And this is all happening in a time where you've got to move house. Like, most people in a season where what looks like, oh my God, you know, my landlord said I have to move out. And you said, no fault of your own, completely out. You got to move out. And you deciding, I'm launching a business, I'm going on a retreat, I'm putting up my packages, and I'm going to make this happen.
Yeah.
Guys, please put some D's in the chat for my sister.
Thank you.
Watch out, because
I'm going to put this little one down.
Love you lots, girlfriend.
Love you too. Thank you.
What a vibe. Listen, I'm telling you, we could be here for a little while with testimonies and stuff like that, guys. But I want to share my own with you guys, because we were talking last week about purpose. You guys remember me saying about the young boys that we pulled off the street corners. I see Sabrina on the call as well. Shout out to Sabrina, my blood cousin. She was there when we were going onto the streets and we were pulling off these young boys, teaching them to trade. You guys remember me saying that last week? And we were talking about how, you know, sometimes the money, you know, when you're chasing money, you can forget your purpose. And so we really sat down last week and we spoke about how to, you know, figure out what your purpose is, how you can decide that, look, this is what I do naturally without even having to think of it. Other people have to work really hard to do that, right? Some people are not so natural with kids, Belinda. Some people don't care about people enough, Donna, to give them an encouraging word. Some people don't really want to be business people like Danielle, don't want to have to maneuver so many things with 4 children as a single mom. There's so many gifts and talents that we have on the inside of us that happen naturally, that doesn't happen naturally for everybody else. You know, like my cousin Sabrina bakes cakes so naturally. And, you know, I used to bake and I hadn't baked for about 5 years, 6 years. And you know, sometimes if it's old, you don't remember it. And I remember 3 years ago, I was like, okay, let me just bake a cake. And wow, I won't bake a cake ever again. I was like, let me see if I can find my own remedies. That did not come. I used to bake so good, but it doesn't come natural. I need to actually look at what, like when I'm cooking, I don't have to think. I put the ingredients in, I ain't measuring nothing, I'm just doing it natural. When I used to bake, because I was doing it so often, I put the ingredients in, I didn't even have to weigh. Sabrina's like, you didn't weigh? Oh my God, nightmare. But it was natural. But when I didn't do it for a long time, I realized it wasn't that natural because the cake was bun up. Guys, the cake was hard. The cake was me and the kids, we had them coloring. I did it with the girls. I acted like it was the girls that baked it. I was like, girls. We're like, Anton comes home from work, he's like, oh, what is? So sometimes, you know, what comes natural to others isn't so natural. But here's the thing. When you find a way to give it away for free, it will find a way to pay you. I want you to write that down. When you figure out your purpose, when you understand what your purpose is, that burning desire, it will find a way to pay you. You're not going to be able to even stop the money from coming in. But if you focus on the money, what's going to happen is you won't discover, you won't deploy your purpose. But if you can find a way to give it away for free, it will find a way to pay you. And of course, you need strategy to be able to put it together. And like Danielle said, we sat down and we figured out the strategy. And now, you know, she's found a way to get that skill set that she's been giving away for free for so long. And it's been paying her, and it's been paying her very well. And so last week we were on the call and I was saying what I was saying. And there was somebody on the call who messaged me and was like, Nikki, am I able to share this call? It was so powerful. Can I share it into my group? I said, absolutely fine. You share the recording. Here's the recording. Now, somebody in that group, I'm not going to say who they are because it's a very well-known person in that group knows me personally. And that person picked up the phone to me and they said to me, Nikki, I had no idea that you were doing that stuff with the youngsters in the prisons. I had no idea that you were doing that stuff, taking them off the street corners. And you know, I was actually praying that I could find somebody who I could introduce to the Ministry of Justice system. There's somebody in that department who wants a curriculum built for every prison inside the UK. Guys, I want you to understand. So I'm just thinking it's just a conversation, you know, like we're just having a chat. Like, yeah, I actually have courses. I have courses. This is stuff that I've been doing. I have a course called Confidence is Currency. I have a course to help people to know who they are. I have courses here, but I haven't been talking about them. I've just been giving it away for free. In fact, you guys on this call, if you've been joining every single week over the last 4 years, some of you have got most of the content. I've been giving it away for free. I got whole books of this stuff, guys. I got course materials. I've got accreditations done. And they're like, listen, Nikki, right now, what we want to do is we want you to stop playing with your gift. Right now, we want to put this out global. I'm like, huh? Next minute, I know I've got another phone call coming in. The next minute, I'm seeing numbers. Take my glasses off and check. I'm like, is this for the year? No, this is for the month. Pardon? Sorry? And now it's gone from a vision that I had that I was giving away for free to now me saying, okay, this is a workload I can't even manage. Now I'm looking at my coaches. I'm like, okay, I heard Belinda say she's good with young people. She's good with kids. I may need to pull up on her. I hear Danielle giving and serving. I may have to now, at the position that I'm in, I've now had to create a course called Trainer Trainer. Because now I physically cannot keep up with the workload that's been offered to me. Guys, I'm telling you, Overflow October is no joke. Like this extraordinary October thing that we're talking about now, here's what the Spirit told me. The Spirit said to me, just like Esther, when Esther was Esther was put into a position where Esther was giving a position. She did not take it for herself. She was put in that position to help others. She was put in that position to help a nation. She was put in that position. So when you're put in a position, when you're giving your overflow, ladies and gentlemen, don't ever get it twisted that it's going to allow you to bring in some people. It's going to allow you to say, hey, look, I've got this course. Hey, I've got a contract for you. Can you run this course in prison? Hey, I've got a contract for you. Can you do this? Guys, I can't even share with you. Belinda, you ain't even gonna believe this. What if I told you that I'm about to open the very first rebuild nurseries? Like, what if I told you that your children will be able to come to nursery, but when they come to nursery, they're not just learning about play, but they're learning about entrepreneurship. They're learning about confidence. They're learning about public speaking. They're learning about how to resist listening to other people's opinions. They're learning how to be bold. They're learning how, guys, I don't think you guys understand that when you open your mouth and you begin to manifest, you begin to speak exactly what it is. I know, okay, boom. I already have a manager who can, an area manager who can oversee my nurseries. I'm like, Belinda, yo, look, whatever you're getting paid right now, I'll pay you triple. Like, I need you guys to understand that when God starts to bless you, he's gonna bless you so you can be a blessing for other people. There's no way that you're gonna be able to carry what he's gonna give you. You ain't gonna be able to manage it. Your confidence is your currency. Can you be confident in what it is that you are designed to do? Belinda said, Nikki, children, I nearly fell off my chair. I was like, mighty Lord, I didn't even know that. I've known Belinda how many years? I didn't know that. No, she's good with kids, but I didn't know she liked kids like that. Like, I'm good with my kids. I'm good when I'm giving other people's kids back, right? Everyone has a gift. My gift just happens to be strategy, business strategy. My gift just happens to be dealing with the mind and understanding how to get up off the floor. My gift is the rebuild. My gift is understanding how, when obstacles come my way, I use every single brick to build that wall. That's my gift. And I've been able to pour into women all across the world, to pour into, even men as well, all across the world. That's my gift. And I can't do anything about it, to the point where I'm like, yo, I'm giving it away for free. I'm gonna get in trouble because I'm giving it away for free. Guys, I just set up a community on Telegram where I'm gonna teach people. I literally, on Telegram right now, I am going to be doing every single Sunday free chart up sessions. I'm gonna do that every Sunday. I decided, I'm like, I don't care if I get in trouble. I want people to get paid. I want to show people that there's another way. I want to show people that I decided during this overflow. And the minute I did it yesterday, guys. I get the call today. You guys don't understand. I'm the girl that was on the floor saying that my nose was big and I was ugly and my baby father left me and I had no money, minus £66,000 worth of debt. Huh? How? With an employee threatening me that if I kept doing my part-time business, I was going to lose my full-time job. And so I decided to walk away from $4,000 a month to follow my passion, to follow my dream. And then as I was starting to do it, guess what happened? Distractions came and we started to focus on the money rather than the purpose. And God reminded me, Nikki, purpose. And you know when you're not following your purpose, when you start to feel uncomfortable in an environment where you should be happy. 25,000 a month in this environment and I still weren't settled. Some people said, Nikki, just take the 25K a month and shut up. No, I felt uncomfortable. You know when you're not living in your purpose because your spirit don't feel right. And so I'm like, yo, something ain't right. And so God's telling me now, another Abraham moment, yeah, you better leave that 25K and start again. I'm like, excuse me? That ain't God. That's the devil. I was like, that's the devil. Lord, you need to give me another sign. And another sign came. I was like, no. What about if I just give up? I can give up 5. I can give up 10. I have to give up the whole lot. Oh, you're so busy you're so busy holding on to what you got. You don't want to let it go. You don't open your hands so he can put more in there. You can't see what he wants to do on the other side of the gift. You know, I once heard my mentor say this. He says, people that, you know, and I remember when I felt suicidal. When I felt suicidal, I was at the highest peak of my career, but the money didn't fulfill me. And so I remember my mentor said that anytime you feel suicidal, anytime you feel in a place where you want to end your life, is because you're lacking vision. You no longer see yourself in the future. You no longer have any hope for your purpose for the future. So I said, the reason why I felt suicidal, because I forgot my purpose in life. I had no hope in the future. And I was like, so it wasn't the money. Because I told myself, when I get to 10,000 a month, everything's going to be gravy. And then when I hit 10,000, I was like, when I get to 25,000 a month, everything's going to be gravy. And when we hit 25,000, I was like, when I get to 100,000 a month, guys, the money don't fulfill you. The money gives you options, it gives you choices. But when you're building from a place of purpose, that money is going to be sustainable. That money is going to it's going to hunt you down. You are going to be a magnet to money. Money is going to be so attractive to you. You don't need to chase. You're going to start attracting it. You're going to start seeing contracts coming. You're going to start to see people ringing your phone and making offers and giving you contracts that you had no idea was going to come. You're like, little old me? I didn't even know that was a gift. That's just my play. I do that for fun. No. And so don't take this purpose stuff for joke. Strategy, guys. Big letters, I need you to write strategy down. Because when you understand the gift, when you understand what it is that you have, then you're like me, I remember my gift was always talking. And I said, well, how is this going to pay me? Because I just give it away. Like when people call me, Nikki, can you da? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And like one of my business coaches was like, no, that is a chargeable thing. You've just done a consultation. I'm like, but they asked. So no, but I'm now learning, because there is strategy to this. I'm now learning to say, actually, I have a course for that. That's going to take me a little bit more than a text message. I have a structure for that. I can send you my packages. Like I'm learning. That's something that doesn't come natural to me, because my innate thing is just to pour and pour and pour and pour. But you must have strategy as well. There's some things you're going to give away for free. And when you find ways to give it away, then what's going to happen is ways are going to come to you where you're going to be ringing me in the middle of the night like, Nikki, oh my God, I just had a phone call from someone and they want me to send them my terms and conditions. I have no terms and conditions. Can you send me your terms and conditions so I can copy and paste and change my name and put all the details in it? Yeah, I'll send you my terms and conditions. I'll send you my terms and conditions. Right? That's the type of that's the type of overflow that's going to start coming to you. But we need strategy, guys. Strategy. Okay? If you don't have a strategy for something, when Nehemiah was rebuilding the walls, he didn't just go there and then when he got to where he was going to rebuild, he didn't say, okay, who are we going to build with? What materials are we going to use? How are we going to defend against the enemy? No, he had a strategy. Right? He had a strategy. He had his mentor, the king, who gave him some provisions prior to even going to rebuild that wall. Gave him advice, wisdom. Yes, he prayed about it, but he had physical representation in the king who gave him some wisdom and some supplies to be able to fulfill that, the mission of rebuilding the wall, which he did in record-breaking time. I think it was 52 days. So now you've discovered it. What's the strategy? And when you figure out the strategy, how much is that going to cost? Similarly to what we did with Danielle, what is it going to cost for you to be able to do it with a spirit of excellence? Nikki, let me tell you this, guys. I know they say you don't have to be great to get started, but you got to get started to be great. And I am for that. But we've got to have a spirit of excellence at the same time. Guys, I've told you the story so many times. When I first started doing Zooms, like 4 years ago, I was doing it from some old Dell laptop. I only got it because it was red and I was black. Like you could only see the shadow around me. I'm doing Zoom calls. No one could see me. But that was 4 or 5 years ago. It was kind of acceptable back then. But now there's so many people. The market is so saturated that you got to have a standard, right? I remember when we first started trading with our own company, there was no other companies. We were the company. There was no competition. There was no one else doing the trading thing. So everyone was just joining with us because we were the only ones. Now there's so many people come into my Telegram chat, come over here. I'm a professional trader, this crap, that group. So now the standards have been risen, the bar's been risen because there's more people doing it. That doesn't mean that you can't thrive. It means that you got to have your USP. So write that down. Your unique selling point. So let me just give you a little bit of strategy right now. When it comes to your purpose, you got to have clarity, right? You must know what it is that you are gifted and talented on. You must have that and clarity in your level where you're at right now. What is it you need to do to sharpen the sword? It's not good just having raw talent. Guys, trust me. I used to be the winger. I used to be that girl that would just be like, okay, I'm gifted, so I can just wing it. This is not the time to wing it. This is strategy. This is website. This is, proper terms and conditions to cover yourself. This is, real clarity on your product offer, what it is that you're selling. This is, marketing strategy. This is, you're like, Nikki, oh my God, I don't know, this purpose stuff is starting to sound heavy. It isn't heavy, guys. It's no more heavy than you working a job you hate. It's no more heavy than you looking at your bank account and you ain't happy with the coins that's in there. It's no more heavy than you having a sick parent, a sick family member, and you can't really help them because you don't have the funds to do it. It's no more heavy than you looking at your kids every single week or every holiday saying, Mommy don't have the money to go on holiday this year. We're just going down to Butlins. I'm sorry, no shade to Butlins. We're going down to, we're going to just go down to the park. It's no more heavy than that. You got to choose to live in your purpose. And then you got to make sure that you're consistently growing. You're consistently sharpening the sword of your purpose, right? That's where strategy comes in, guys. Strategy is so important. What's your strategy? Then when you figure out, you want to look at your resources. What do I need? Who are the people I need? Who are, what's the equipment that I may need? What time do I need? Do I need a website? Do I need any digital products, physical products? Let me tell you this, guys, in this season, digital products are popping. If you can create a digital product, okay, something that doesn't need to be physically posted out, like my book, for example, is digital. I don't need to post it out. People pay for it, they listen, and boom, they're happy. Can you create something that is digital in alignment with your gift? Right? What is it that you can do that's going to help you? What resources do you need for that? Who do you need? Do you need a graphic designer? Do you need some contacts who can sort that out for you? Right? I'm here to tell you that your confidence is your currency. Some of you are sitting on gifts. Your bank account shouldn't look like the way it does based on the gift that you have. Facts. What's your marketing strategy going to be? Now, how much is all of that going to cost? How are we going to put money in your pocket today so that you can fund what it is that you need to do long term? This is where you need to think. Is it, as Belinda said, babysitting? Do you need a little side hustle? Is there a little, I know, cake sale, Sabrina? Is it a boot sale or whatever? What is it? Maybe you might want to do an affiliate marketing program, right? I don't care. Whatever it is, it's going to bring you in some money that's legal and ethical and in alignment with who you are. You want to make sure that you got some regular cash flow coming in so you can fund this with a spirit of excellence. Now, Rome wasn't built in a day, guys. I'm still investing in my business. I'm still growing in certain things, but I'm a hell of a lot further than I was 12 months ago. Like we got real systems in place now. Like I got staff. I'm like, yo, Guys, can you imagine board meetings with me? Like your CEO is busting some serious joke. I gotta get serious. Like you guys gotta hold me accountable. My staff are gonna take me for some joker, but I gotta get serious with these people. And yeah, I got staff. Like I got people asking me what to do. Right? So this is the thing. And then because I've got this heart of giving, where's your giving going to be? So now I have a charity as well, right? So I've got my own community, my CIC, so that I know that when I'm doing giving, I run it through that way. So so your heart, when your heart is led to give, you don't run it through your business. This is where you need financial support, guys. Who's your accountant? Do they know this type of stuff? Have you got the right people in place? Now, I may be going so far ahead of some of you, because some of you are like, Nikki, last week, I just figured out what my gift is. And you're not talking about accountants and registering and companies. But this is overflow, guys. I'm giving you overflow right now to let you know that you're playing with your gift. This is why you need a coach. This is why you need a mentor. I'm plugging myself. I'm just saying this is why you need me, right? Because I have done this. I'm ahead of the game, guys. I've got a system in place. And those of you that are coming to the retreat, you already know I'm laying it thick on you guys, right? I'm laying it thick. I'm giving you all the blueprints, all the strategies so you guys can get yourself together. Don't play around with this stuff. This is serious business. But the purpose that's on the inside of you is going to pay you. It's going to pay you. It will. Are you confident? How do you gain your confidence? Your confidence comes from what you know. Right? I'm going to pull some of you guys up. Sabrina, I'm going to pull you up. Who else haven't I heard from today? All right. I'm going to pull up. If you can turn your camera on, Joan, Andrea, I want to pull 3 of you up. This is what I'm talking about. This is going to be a confidence challenge, right? If you're able to, I'm not sure if you're able to. Let me see if I can pull you up. Give them some, give them some 777s in the chat. I'm not sure if Sister Andrea can. Do we have one more person who can turn their camera on who I haven't heard from? If not, we'll do it with Joan and Sabrina. All right, we're going to play a little game. All right. See if you guys can unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Joan, are you able to unmute?
Yeah.
Are you there? Hold up. Let's see. And guys, I would like you all are going to play a very
lovely. Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, so everybody else, you guys are going to play a very important role inside the chat box. Okay. So I want you guys to tell me, right, if you believe them. Okay? This is about confidence. All right, it's about confidence. So I'm going to be speaking to you guys, and you guys are going to have to prove to everybody else on the call that you're confident in what we're saying. Okay. Let's see how we're going to do this. Joan, we can't see you. Can we raise the camera?
I'm trying to get my thing up properly. Is that better?
Yes, it is. But you look quite high up. Can you? It's part of confidence, right? I need you confidently on this Zoom. Right, every piece of detail is going to be important when it comes to your confidence. There we go. Yay, we're there. Perfect. Okay. So, Joan, do you know Sabrina? This is my cousin, Sabrina. Do you know her?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, Sabrina meet Joan. Joan meet Sabrina.
Hi,
Sabrina.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna talk to Joan. Joan, I'm sure you've met Sabrina before. You have?
I can't recall. I don't think so.
Yeah, you have. You met her at my event, Joan.
Okay.
Do you
Hi,
remember?
Sabrina. Did I have met you?
So repeat that, please.
Have I met you?
Sorry, Nikki, you're gonna have to re-explain how we're doing this. Sorry, I'm not gonna.
He asked you a question. We're just talking.
Oh, okay.
Ask you a question.
Okay, let's go check.
No trick questions there.
Just checking. No, you haven't met me.
Okay.
You have Sabrina at the event. You definitely have met her.
I haven't.
I rebelled.
Yes, you
Oh,
remember?
at the rebuild event.
Yes.
Sorry.
Let me see again. I don't think we met though. No.
I'm positive.
Okay, let's pretend that we met.
You want to pretend? You met. Let me tell you where you met. You were both sitting opposite each other. You were on one table. What color table was you on, Joan?
I can't remember.
You can't even remember the color you was on.
No. Was it green? I can't remember, honestly. No, or blue.
You was on a blue team.
Okay.
Right.
I know Kaz was next to me.
Yes.
But there was a Diane next to me, and there was someone else. I can't recall who was the next person.
Yeah, and Sabrina came late. She came with Dan, and they were late.
Okay.
Do you remember her now?
Yes, but I don't think she was on the same table. I think she was on the table just to the other side.
Guys, I just want to let you guys know how when you're confident, you can make people believe anything, right? You can make people believe anything. They were not in the same event. They were not. Never. Right? Never. Never, ever, ever were they at the same event. Right? Now, you guys laughing at you.
So why did you said we was on the same table?
I just want to show you guys.
I didn't have a table. I was late and I wasn't at a table. That's why I was like,
Right. I want to show you guys how a lot of the time, the truth, obviously, I'm not advocating lying. The point, hopefully you get what I'm saying, is it's your confidence that people buy into. I was able to convince two people who have never met each other that they possibly have met each other.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
My confidence and my boldness to be like, yeah, you have.
Right.
Yeah, you met her.
Right.
Yeah.
Danielle said, I convinced you lot too. Now the question is why did you guys potentially start to believe me? Like, what is it that made you second guess yourself for a moment? Because I saw you thinking like, first of all, Sabrina, you're like, nah, we definitely ain't met.
Right.
And then you started to like second guess yourself, like, right, maybe we have, like, what is it about the whole conversation, Sabrina, that made you think?
Well, two things for me. One thing is, you are obviously, you're my cousin. I know you well. We've gone to so many events together and you remember so much. You remember details, remember what people had on. And so differently, if you're saying to me, so, cause you met thing at that event, I got to now rethink, because it's not for you to, normally you wouldn't be like, no, you didn't meet. You would know what you're talking about, as I'm trying to explain. So I'm thinking, if Nikki said we met, doesn't mean you ain't wrong, but I've got to just have a rethink. And then because of the challenges I have with my memory and brain function at the moment, I also have to double check things. The only time I started to be like, then is when you started talking about tables. I went at no table. I was late. That part was true, but I was at the table because I was late. So I'm like, no, and my head was challenging that day in particular, hence always the shades and stuff. So I had to just double check. But initially, that's why the confidence was like, no, we did not meet. But because of who you are and how the relationship we have, I had to just double check my thoughts.
What about yourself, Joan? Thank you for that, Brie. And we're going to take some things from that in a minute. So thank you for that. What about you, Joan? What made you start to...
You was very convincing. That's one. And then it gave me food for thought. I had to start thinking who was at the same table with me. And I know to my left was Kaz. And then there was a Diane that introduced herself. And then there came the lady that I think she was on crutches. But the person that came with her went to the next table. So I was placing Samantha with that person.
Sabrina. We can call her
Sabrina.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Right. We're gonna do this again. All right. You guys in the chat, you keep following this. All right, Sabrina, are you there?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you know, obviously we're cousins. You know your dad, Uncle Trevor, right?
Yeah.
My uncle. You know, he told me that your name's really not Sabrina. Your name is actually Maria.
Wow. That would be an interesting one.
So your name is not Sabrina. Like, your name is actually Maria. Like, why are you laughing?
That is hilarious.
Why is it funny? Like, I'm being deadly serious. Like, your name is actually not Sabrina. It's not your real name.
Very confident. That is definitely gonna let me know that before he tells anybody else.
I don't know. I think maybe he didn't want to tell you the truth. But me, that your name, like, obviously, you know, it's just saying it on this call is a bit like, you know, whatever, family business. But your name ain't Sabrina, my girl. Your name is actually Maria. Like, honestly, real talk, your name's Maria.
Yes, definitely Sabrina. Definitely Sabrina. My dad's a straight talker. He don't like to hide things. And if you ask him direct, he will let you not listen. Yeah. If that was the case, he would have told me a long time ago. We're very close.
Have you seen your birth paper? Have you seen your birth certificate?
I have, actually.
And does it say Maria on there?
It does not.
And you got them dark glasses on it, mate. You want to go check it. Go check it again. Okay, so question. Why are you so confident that your name is Sabrina, but you weren't confident that you didn't? Like, what gives you that conviction that your name is Sabrina?
Well, obvious things like birth certificate and things like that. Just data information, personal data information that I have access to that will confirm so many different things, passport documents, whatnot. I genuinely, the relationship I have with my dad, if there was some madness, he would have told me a long time ago and be like, Sabrina, listen, he's just very direct. He was direct with my family. So that's why I was able to have that confidence that now it's not that.
Okay, so when you were like 10, had you seen your birth certificate yet?
If I'll be honest, I don't remember, but I think I had, yes, in terms of...
What about 8 or 7?
Not sure.
Okay, so let's say maybe by 7 years old, you hadn't seen any of the evidence that your name was Sabrina.
Yeah.
Your parents call you Sabrina every day. Like that, that's how you first knew that your name was Sabrina, because that's what they were calling you. And you've been called that for your whole life. Like, at least 4 decades, you've been called.
Man.
You look good. at least 3 decades. Right? You've been called Sabrina. So you're confident that your name is Sabrina because that's what you've been called your entire life. Even if you lost your passport, lost your birth paper, you've been called that by your parents all your life. And it'll be hard for a stranger, a cousin, or anybody to tell you otherwise that your name is not Sabrina. Because you know.
I know.
Right? You know. We're going to get there. Joan.
Ma'am.
Is that gold tooth in your mouth?
Yes, it is.
Is it real gold?
It is.
Ah, Joan, I heard it's fake. It's fake. It's not real gold, it's plastic.
No.
When did you get it in?
When I was 17.
Oh, 17. Long time. Long time. What if I told you that the person that put it in, they weren't right, they lied to you, Joan?
No, you don't even know the person.
No, I do, Joan. Everybody, it's guys Holmes.
You don't.
A guy called Holmes put your.
You don't know the person.
His name's Holmes. Holmes from Hatton Garden.
When was the first time you went to Guyana?
I've never been to Guyana.
No, you can't answer though.
Holmes came to Hatton Garden and he's been dealing with jewelry. He's made all my dad's jewelry, gold jewelry. He's made all my legitimate jewelry. And Holmes told me that he put in a tooth for you and it was fake.
Not Holmes, I'm sorry. Holmes to tell you it was fake.
Are you sure it weren't Holmes that fitted your tooth?
I'm telling you,
he's the only guy. He's the only guy that does gold. Holmes.
No, not in Guyana.
He's in England. He's not in Guyana anymore. He's moved
Well,
to England.
oh, no, not Holmes. Holmes wasn't alive at that time.
Yeah, he's an old man now. He's a big man. He's old. Holmes is very much still alive. Very much still alive.
No, no, it wasn't a Holmes at all that did mine.
What was his name?
It was Jacobs.
Yeah, that's him. So Jacob changed his name. His name was Holmes, and he changed his name because he needed to get to England, so he needed a passport. And so he changed his name to Holmes so he could get into England as his home. So he changed his name from Jacobs to Holmes. It's him.
Okay. No,
Same
I still think it's the wrong person.
Why?
Because the person that put mine in is dead. He died a long time.
Nah, he faked his death because he had all these debts. He wanted to clear them. He's not dead. I promise you, he is alive. He's in Hatton Garden. He's in Hatton Garden. He changed his name to Holmes. I promise you.
That's not convincing.
Okay. So why don't you believe me, Joan? Like, what is it about this that you don't believe? Why are you so adamant that what you know is what you know and Holmes didn't do your tooth?
Because I know you don't know. I'm not from, I don't know if you're familiar with Guyana, that's one. And you don't know the person who put my gold tooth in because it's not Holmes. And he died a long time ago. So, yeah.
Can you see, like, the second time when I spoke to them, they were both laughing. They laughed at me. They were like, I'm not even gonna want to waste my time explaining that my name is Sabrina, that a guy called Jacobs did my tooth. Like, I'm not even gonna waste my time. I'm so confident in what I know. It's almost laughable that you want to tell me something different. The second time, you guys, the first time you were like, did I really? Like, what? The second time, confidence. You were so confident, it was almost laughable. Like, you were both laughing the second time because you were so confident in your truth. Did you guys see that? Those of you that's in the chat, did you see the difference in their mind? Did you see the difference in what they were saying, the body language, the way they were laughing? Like, they didn't doubt themselves. They were so definite about what they knew. Now, how do we tie this all into your purpose? Thank you, ladies. Give it up for Sabrina and Karen. God bless you guys. Thank you for allowing me to use you guys as guinea pigs there without even prompting you first. You guys are very great sports. But guys, can you see how it's your confidence that's going to open the doors for you? It's not necessarily about what you know. What you know and how you grow is what's going to keep you in that environment. But the door, the opening of the door is your initial confidence. The opening of the door is how boldly and how committed you are to what it is that's on the inside of you. When you begin to declare, like Danielle mentioned, manifestations and affirmations and stuff like that. When you begin to open your mouth and you say, hey, look, I'm an advocate for young people. I help children. I know I've just seen, we have Andrea on the call as well, deals with, like money and helping people as a money coach. Like, we have people on this call right now that have gifts and talents. How often are you putting that energy out there? And I don't just mean, there's some people, I'm not just talking about talking about it all the time. I'm talking about walking in it, like being about it, like being confident, so confident that no demon in hell, no negative Nancy, no naysayer can come and put any kind of words in your ears to make you start to second guess yourself and say, well, did I? Maybe I'm not called for this. Maybe I'm not, I don't know what Disney this is. Is it Beauty and the Beast, or which one of these girls ran away from their calling because they were told that they were not they were not was it Snow White? One of them. These Disney programs, they got deep messages, like, trust me. But it's almost like you're right there You're almost about to execute. You're just about to get there. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Dancehall Queen. How many have seen Dancehall Queen? When Olivine is about to go on the dance floor, and then she comes and she finds out who Marcia is, and then Marcia rips off the lashes. She's like, "Me nah go out there. Me nah go and dance. Everybody hear me." No, the reason why Olivine came to you and told you not to go and do the dancing competition. I'm sure there's a Disney program as well. But if you haven't seen Dancehall Queen, right? Dancehall Queen is one of my favorite films. There's so much to get from this film, right? If you've seen Dancehall Queen, put 777 in the chat. It's a very old movie. It's one of my favorites. It's a Jamaican movie, right? Dancehall Queen. So here's what happens. Underdog dancer, all right? You got the underdog dancer, and then you have the Dancehall Queen, Olivine, right? And Olivine, she's so used to winning everything. She wins all the time. She's getting the crown. She's doing all this. Now, Marcia, who is usually selling, box juice on the side and selling beers and chocolate and crisps on the side. She's an Igla. Thank you, Angelina. You know, Angelina would know about that, right? She's an Igla on the side, normally selling little $5. Very, very poor, right? Very poor living. She depends on a man to send her kids to school, a man that she's not with, who turns out to be a pedophile, wants to sleep with one of her kids. And so when her child is like, hey, this guy has just broke my virginity, like I'm literally a child, and you've allowed this man, just because he pays the bills, to deal with me like this, Marcia is like, you know what, I can't allow my kid to be subjected to this. I really wanted to go to school and I don't have the money to send her to school, so I need to find another way. She decides to dance. She decides to enter dance competition, and and the Dancehall Queen is like, who is she? But obviously, because she's the seller on the side, she don't want no one to know who she is. So she's going to these competitions under disguise, mystery. Yeah, I know all the words, right? So she goes on and she's in disguise, and the enemy, which is her competitor, wants to figure out who she is. And the day before the biggest competition, an hour before the biggest competition, before the money is given out to the winner, she finds out who she is and reveals her identity to everybody, tells the whole club, tells everybody, and she finds out that everybody now knows who she is. And so when the woman comes in and says, yeah, we've exposed you, we know who you are, she now loses her confidence. She's like, oh my God, everyone's going to know my past. Everyone's going to know I'm not qualified. Everyone's going to know that I've just kind of self-taught. Because when she was learning to dance, she was going in the raves and she was just copying everyone and learning and doing all that. Everyone's going to know that I'm not good enough. Everyone's going to know who I really am on the inside. And she went into her dressing room, ripped off her eyelashes, took off her clothes and was like, I'm not going out there. I'm not competing. And her daughter had to come in and be like, are you dumb, mum? Like, we've come so far. Like, you better get out there. Like, are you crazy? Everyone loves you. That's why she's gone to dig up your past. That's why she's gone to remind you who you used to be, because she's scared of who you're about to become when you decide to step up on that stage and win this competition. Yo, you guys know I'm the mindset queen. I can pull out a mindset from Dancehall Queen. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. The enemy's going to remind you of the old you. The enemy's going to tell you that you're not good enough. Remind you of when you were this and that and this and that and this and that. Why? Because they know you're about to take the stage. They know you're about to be crowned the queen of whatever it is that you're doing. They know that you have it in you, so they have to keep reminding you of the past. And the past is going to cripple you. The past is going to hold you back. The past is going to mess you up. The past is going to keep you bound. Stop thinking about the past. Stop thinking about all the mistakes. Stop thinking about the people that didn't believe in you. Stop thinking about all the things that you think can go wrong, and just say, you know what? I am going to live out this purpose. It's in me. I know it's in me, and I must execute it, whatever it takes. And in fact, you're going to use that brick. That brick of the past is going to build you. It's going to help to build the wall. Don't allow it to tear the wall down. You use it. You use it as a brick. Guys, my baby father left me. I felt like it was the worst day of my life. Now, I get paid to tell everybody that my baby father left me. Now that story is paying me. It's been paying me for 7 years. You know, as we close out this call and I told you about the homework that you're going to get this week, do you know, yesterday, Anton was like, Nikki, And you're going to evolve this story because you tell people your baby father left you now for 7 years. Is there any more to this? Like, because you guys know Anthony holds me accountable. He's like, Nikki, like, you talk about growing. Are you growing? I said, yeah, but I tell it different every time. Like, I don't tell it the same. I said, I can get paid from the same story every single time. Because every time I'm learning something else about those situations that allows me to pour into people that I pour into. And here's another thing I said to Anton, I can't stop telling my story. You know why? Because there's somebody else who hasn't heard it that needs to hear it. There's somebody who's heard it many times, but they didn't hear it. And the time when I opened my mouth and said, when he left me on the floor broken and I was begging him to stay. Guys, do you know that begging to stay is begging to hold on to the past? I didn't get that before. I just got that now. It just hit me. I'm begging to hold on to the past because I don't understand the future, which is Anton, that God has for me. I'm holding on to the past, not knowing that he's got my future, saying, Nikki, let go of that. Go over here. And if you know my husband, oh my God, I can't live without him. This man, oh girl, jeez, mighty. Oh, I get goosebumps just thinking about him. And I almost missed it because I'm so focused over here, holding on. And remember, even if you don't say it, that energy is going to ooze off you. So all the single ladies, if you keep talking about your ex, if you keep hunting down your ex, if you keep the energy of the ex, you're going to miss the guy who's actually destined for you. You're going to miss the blessing. So I'm telling the story, guys, but I'm learning from it every time. It's evolving every time. And so don't hold on to the past. Use that past as a brick, as part of the wall that you're going to rebuild. Guys, I'm so excited about what's coming. I can't share with you some of the things that's coming. Just know when you see it drop, it's coming from the extraordinary overflow. I told you, and there's still time. There's still time. There's going to be more testimonies coming. More testimonies coming. I'm telling you now that every single one of you on this call, I told you, we said homework, write down every day. Who's been writing it down every day? If you haven't, you need to reset, start writing it down. I told you 7 straight days, writing it down. Listening to Young and Wise, which is our audio of the month, right? Listening to Young and Wise every day, writing down that one goal, your purpose every single day. I said to you guys that within 7 days, you're going to hear something that's going to unlock your purpose. Put a 7 in the chat if you heard something that's unlocked your purpose in the last 7 days. I know this, guys. I told you I've done it. If you haven't done it all 7 days, you got to start again. Write it down. I said to set your alarm on your phone 3 times and say out loud to yourself. I know, Danielle, you've done it because I've seen the messages from you, right? I said 7 days of solid, 7 days solid. And it's the one affirmation, Sabrina, of what it is that you're manifesting for, okay? 7 days. Something that is almost like, you know, when it happens, you know it's only God. So you're not asking for the light bill to be paid. It's not something that you could potentially do yourself. This is something that you are asking for, that you know that when it comes, it's only God. Guys, the contract that I'm talking to you about is only God, because I didn't even bid for it. I didn't even ask for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is something that has come to me. We're talking about attracting stuff, which has forced me to do what? Re-release my confidence is currency course, re-release some of this stuff. And you're going to hear some more about some of the stuff that's coming, guys, but I'm telling you now, homework. We're going to keep writing 7 solid days. If you missed a day, 7 days of writing down exactly what it is that you know you're called to do. Starting with, I'm so happy and grateful now, I am. I'm so happy and grateful now, I am. Every day for the next 7 days. Set your alarm 3 times a day to say it out of your mouth. I want you to meditate on this one thing, guys. Meditate on it. I promise you, within 7 days, God is going to speak to you. You're going to hear a download. There's going to be something that comes to you. Say, okay, I need to launch this. Okay, I need to speak to Nikki. I need to do this. I need to do this. It's going to come to you, guys. Will you actually put your purpose, will you put it at the forefront for 7 days? Will you command it to come to you? Will you command that purpose to come out of you guys? Guys, life and death is on the back of your purpose, not just for you, but also for the people that you're due to serve. I was suicidal because I didn't know my purpose. If you don't know your purpose, it will be crippling. I don't know why God is telling me to warn you guys that you must go back. You must find your purpose. Go back into yourself. It's time to sit down and think, what am I actually called for? What am I called for? Write it down. 7 days, 7 days, 7 days, 7 days. Every day for the next 7 days. Testimonies next week. Who's with me, guys? Who's ready for it? I'm so excited. Thank you so much for all of you that have participated onto this call. Okay, invite a friend. If you're not already inside the Rebuild community, just a reminder, I'm just letting you know, purpose, there will be it's going to be a chargeable community from next year. So if you're in it already this year, you won't have to pay. So I advise you to be inside that Rebuild community before the year ends. Okay, that's where you're going to get all the updates. That's where you're going to get all the, you know, the messages and stuff like that, all the links for all these calls. Okay, make sure you're in there, because after next year, guys, from 31st of December, not free anymore. So be warned, get yourself in a Rebuild community. I'm going to be dropping consistent, you know, value in there, updates. Also as well, just to remind you guys, we have the Rebuild reunion. I hope you guys have got your dresses. It is the 25th of November. So it's 5 weeks away. You can go to the rebuild.co.uk. You'll be able to purchase your ticket for that. It is men tuxedos, women ball gowns. We're going to have, it's a ball. We're also going to give away some awards for any of you all that's been a part of the Rebuild, whether it be Rebuild Retreat, Rebuild Mindset, any part of the Rebuild workshops, courses, and I'm going to be giving out some awards based on your testimonies, based on, you know, what you guys tell me, how you've been able to, you know, transform and whatever. We're going to be able to give out some awards for that. It's going to be free course meal as well as obviously the party at the end. We have a fabulous DJ, and it's going to be a fantastic time. So if you haven't already, tickets are only £30. It's not out to, you know, burden anybody. It's just to make sure that you guys can eat and have a good time on that day. So hopefully I'll see as many of you as possible on the 25th at the Rebuild reunion. I've got great people on the flyer as well. You know, a very good friend of mine, Nathaniel Pete, Michael Ajay, Michelle Raymond, and Lawrence. We also have OBE and MP Dwayne Brooks, Emmanuel Asquo, BBC advisor. So it's going to be amazing. All the information is on the rebuild.co.uk. You'll be able to see that there. If you haven't also bought my book, go ahead and you can get that there as well. But yes, guys, have a fabulous week. You already know what time it is. And I'm looking forward to hearing your testimonies. Tag me in. I am Nikki Sutherland on Instagram. You know, I read each and every message. If you are part of the Rebuild group or the Network Marketing Discord group, go in there and put your top 5 takeaways from this call, okay? I'll read every single one of them. And thank you for those of you that are always consistently updating the chat, and I can see what you guys are doing. I'm gonna hold you accountable. Belinda, children. Donna, motivating and pouring into people. Danielle, you know, upliftment with the ladies. Belinda, Sabrina, your cakes and all the other things that you do. And everyone else on here. Andrea, your money coaching and stuff that you do. I can't say everybody, but you guys know, your gifts, all right? I said on the call, Angelina, I said on the call yesterday with Audrey, when it came to prayer, you know, about leading and stuff. Angelina, you're playing small. You're playing very, very small right now. And you have a big gift on the inside of you as well. And so we're going to be pulling that out as well. If you're not listening to Young and Wise, this is our audio of the month. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Spotify or anywhere you can get this. Apple Music. Our audio of the month is Young and Wise. Young and Wise by Dr. Luke Kwamina. 30 days of an audio. Very, very powerful, guys. And next week, I'm going to get your testimonies of what you've been able to take from Young and Wise. Okay, so please, guys, make sure you do your homework, because it will be highly embarrassing if you have not done your homework, because I'm going to be pulling up on as many of us as we possibly can. All right, thank you for your time. I know we went a little bit over today, but I hope that this session has been impactful for you, and I'll see you inside the communities. All right, tell a friend to tell a friend. Peace.